We are back. Here is 2nd and 17 for Ottawa. Ottawa throws it deep. Oh my goodness, McCall finds his man. Very rarely does his long passes connect, but they do this time. And Mickey, in the flash, they have gone out of the shadow of their end zone.
After the sack that broke the internet, we come back to the pass to bring the game back in. Henry McGee there, coming on a post route to the sideline and turning up the field. What a great play to come back to after that remnants of the 2012 Super Bowl when the 49ers pulled the plug on the Ravens there.
Well, nobody's going to pull the plug yet on Ottawa's game hopes for this evening. As in spread offense once again. Oh, the ball was deflected once again. There's just traffic in the middle. Too many gold uniforms in there.
And that was Azami Mihata right there, the two-way player from Motor City that was targeted. And it looks like the Lincoln defense has been keeping an eye because only called his name a couple of times at the beginning of the game, and we really haven't heard much from him here. So the Lincoln defense is doing their job holding Mihata at bay.
He has been solid on the times we called his name. So Ottawa in their spread offense, but with trips to the right. And McCall throws under pressure, under duress, and that leads to an incompletion.
Incompletion that got bobbled every which way. I wish I could tell you all the names that touched the ball on that for the Rattlesnakes, but I can't because I think it touched everybody on the defensive secondary there.
So story so far of the evening. Whenever either quarterback throws deep, you can expect either A, more than half of the time a deflection leading to bobbling of the ball, or B, an interception. Very rarely was the completion. As 3rd and 10. McCall has all the time in the world. Another deflection to the pass in the middle.
Yeah, great job there. Tino Sosa there on the coverage, just doing a great job. I didn't catch the number of the other defender who was able to deflect the ball, but last play coming up on the third quarter right now.
Yes, with this last play, they will have to punt it. That drive, despite the interception forced by the defense, this drive will end in a bit of a whimper as they have to punt it. This ball, though, bounces inside the 10. Will it be in? No, it rolls, unfortunately, into the end zone, and that will be the end of the third quarter. We will roll into the fourth quarter. Ladies and gentlemen, put your 4s up, put your 12s up, put your everything up, all your team numbers, because we are in the final quarter of this very tense ball game. It has been the Logan Lee show versus the Ottawa defense show. Fourth quarter, with Lincoln back in the field. 1st and 10, inside the 20-yard line. Here comes Slider once again, looking to pass, looks left, finds his man on a return route. That is good. That is actually good for a first down. What a good effort to get out of the line, or not line scrimmage, but out of the chains.
And that was Caleb Giffis right there. We've been calling his number a lot here late in the game. He's just doing a great job. He had to come back for that ball, but great one-handed grab, and then the turnaround to pick up another 4 to 5 yards for that first down. Just a great job by Griffiths there.
Single back formation, Logan Lee alone in the back. Here comes Slider looking in the middle. He finds his receiver once again. This is a short pass. This is what you were mentioning, Mickey. Passes that are within 5 to 10, 5 to 15 yards. Kenny Slider has been on point and near 100%, except for a few deflections here and there. And that has been what's powering them through this drive.
No, absolutely.
2nd and 1. 2 wide receivers to the left. Here comes the handoff to Logan Lee. A lot of congestion in the middle will only result in 3rd and inches.
And that's definitely something very rare from Logan Lee. You put him in on a short yardage situation, he's usually the one to pick up the first down. Don't be surprised again if you see Logan Lee with his hands on the ball here to pick up these few inches.
Well, Logan Lee is back there again, and the I formation dotting the I. Fullback is here. He gets a good block, but Logan Lee, will he get it? Yes, they award him the first down. He gets tackled. I think he just gets it.
He barely got it, but he took a shot from the Ottawa defense there once he made that first down marker.
And look at this, 3 backs in the backfield. This be a fullback play exciting. Not quite. It is a swing pass to the outside. Let's see. That is actually Mr. McCool once again.
Joe McCool right there doing his job, picking up a few yards. He proved me wrong on the last pass play, but here, 3 yards, standard for a fullback.
Nonetheless, if you can match the standard, you've done your job pretty much. It is 2nd and 7 in the I formation. They will want to go to place that keep the clock going, and they will. Hand off to Logan Lee. Is good for about 5 yards before a big tackle.
3rd and 2 here. Perfect situation for Lincoln because they can keep it on the ground with Logan Lee. He's had a little trouble with this drive. He's got stopped for less than 2 yards, and Kenny Slider near perfect for anything under 10 yards.
Here comes, Slider under center. Saw the pressure coming, thought he could scramble, but no, it turned into a sack instead.
And that was defensive tackle Liam Howard coming in. Essentially untouched. He got to Slider very, very quickly to be able to get the sack.
So this drive, one of the few drives resulting in a punt for Lincoln. They either scored or got intercepted. This feels like, only their second punt? Nonetheless, they will punt in their 47-yard line. Ottawa will receive it at the 15-yard line. 2 spin moves make 2 coverage players miss before being brought down in their 24-yard line. This is the SFLm. You're watching the SFLm, brought to you by APM Music. APM Music is unrivaled music to bring your stories to life, inspiring every production with the world's most robust and constantly refreshed music collection, state-of-the-art technology, and world-class customer service. APM Music is the official soundtrack of the SFL Simulation Football League. To explore their library and to find the perfect tracks for your projects, visit apmmusic.com. McCall throws to the right, another first down by McCall and his receiver, and this is the kind of offense that they wish they had more consistently.
If they had this offense in the first half, this game may be a little bit different looking. But Ottawa figured it out. They got their offense rolling, but now their other problem is they get it rolling for a little bit, but they just can't get close enough to the end zone to put either 3 or 6 on the board.
And 3 is all they need to get the lead back. 6 would be ideally much better. You have, here's under center McCall. Bobbled by Sammons. He could not bring the ball in. Thankfully, there were no Lincoln defenders to take advantage of that, and that will fall harmlessly to the ground. It is now 2nd and 10.
I don't know what happened there with Dwayne Sammons. Usually very, very reliable, especially on those swing routes. It just hit his hand, and it was a perfect pass over the shoulder. Just could not bring it in.
Well, here's spread offense with Sammons in the backfield. As McCall is under center, McCall will give it to Sammons, and Sammons had nobody in front of him. Oh my goodness, Sammons had a nice block. He had a stutter step and then just burst through for 20 more yards.
Sammons with the stop and go, saw the red light, red shirt, decided to say, nope, I'm going to keep on going. I'm going to run this red light and risk a ticket. Good thing he did, because he picked up 20 more yards and a first down for the Cavalry.
The only ticket he got was a ticket to greatness, as this play was for plenty of yards. And look at Ottawa. Their issue was punching the ball in, where they are now inside Lincoln's 37-yard line in what feels like the first time they've been here. They've been beyond the midfield for sure, but not this close.
They have not surpassed the 40-yard line yet this game.
And it is going to be rough for them to surpass and punch in a goal if they keep getting tackled for losses, as this is another one against Dwayne Sammons, 2nd and 11.
And you saw the graphic up there. Logan Lee is averaging close to 7 yards a carry. Dwayne Sammons is averaging 4.1 yards. They're both doing their jobs in the running back position.
And that play, that pass down the middle from McCall is defended once again by brothers among people, it's another instance of just traffic and congestion down the middle.
Both these quarterbacks are throwing the ball over the middle past the 10-yard line. And what they're doing is, once that happens, both these defenses are staying in zone. They just converge on that ball.
And trip straight with Salmons to the right as well of McCall. Here's the snap. McCall drops back a little bit. The pass to the outside is good for about a 7-yard pickup. But what's not good is that didn't result in a first down. They are hopefully within field goal range. They only have a backup kicker. I wonder if they go for it.
This is going to be a 47-yard field goal here. This is a long field goal for anybody. We saw the kicker on the other side, Hudson James, make 2, miss 1 from 47 and 49 yards respectively. Let's see what Eric Jacobson can do here from 47.
This will be for the lead. The ball is snapped. The ball is kicked. Oh, that ball was almost blocked. But is it good? It's no good. Oh, golly gee. Ottawa, probably their best chance, at least offensively, to put points on the board, squandered.
I'm not going to put all the fault on Eric Jacobson there. I'm going to put a little bit of the fault on Ottawa's front line because a defender came in and tackled the placeholder right as that ball was kicked. So the placeholder probably didn't have it upright enough for Jacobson to put it through the uprights. They've got to defend that kicker when he's going for the lead there.
It is still 6 minutes to go in the final quarter of this game. Still anyone's game. Here comes Slider. He passes to the left. This is good for almost a first down. And good job by the defense preventing a first down from Lincoln.
And once again, we're calling his name and his number 18, Caleb Giffis, right there, picking up almost 10 yards there, just a few inches shy of moving the chains.
Caleb Giffis, 6'2", 203 pounds. Good athlete right here. Plenty of good athletes on this team as Lincoln is second in inches. Surprised they didn't just hand it off because look at this, a pass falling incomplete to number 11, John Fullerton. Mickey, I'm surprised they didn't just give it to Logan Lee.
I'm very surprised there too. He's been such a reliable player, especially on short down situations, even on long down situations. Don't be surprised here if they decide to keep it on the ground and hand it to Lee. This is a situation where he's going to thrive.
Well, Lee is definitely right there and almost a field goal. We're starting a field goal, goal line formation. Not a handoff. It is a pass in the middle, and that pass is good. And that opening, maybe the Ottawa expecting 100% a run play, did not expect it to turn into a pass play as number 88 hauls the ball in.
And once again, backup tight end John Branson right there with the catch. We've called his number a lot for a backup. He's definitely producing coming off the sideline.
Well, here comes the handoff. And a spin move. Logan Lee almost gets a first down by himself. A 2nd and 1. That was a 9-yard gain from him. And Ottawa, they got to stop this bleeding. They got to stop the momentum that Lincoln has amassed.
Now, the interesting thing about Lincoln right here is with Ottawa struggling to get in the end zone, all they have to do is kick a field goal and they'll go up by 5. And then Ottawa will have to get a touchdown to regain the lead.
Here's Lincoln out of the between the backfields. Logan Lee will get the first down just barely as the handoff to him is a smart choice.
Ottawa's biggest enemy right now is the clock. Lincoln is handing the ball off to Lee. What that is doing is it's running time off the clock. If they can get this to go to about the 2-minute warning or less, Ottawa's going to have a hard time being able to get the lead back if they have a chance to.
This defense is looking to put pressure on the offense. The handoff to Logan Lee is right there. Oh, what a block right there on the right side that opened the hole just enough for 3 yards. Otherwise, that tackle could have been for a no-yard gain.
And the Logan Lee Express is still moving down the field. Gets the ball 2 yards, 3 yards, 10 yards. He's doing what he has to do to make sure that Lincoln wins this game.
Logan Lee looking more of a workhorse than the Cavalry are. as he's once again alone in the backfield. Might we see another handoff to him? It is 2nd and 7, 3 minutes to go. 3 minutes 40 seconds. Yes, we will see the handoff, but wow! The defense just busts through behind the backfield and tackles him with a 1-yard gain.
This is once again a situation, air or land. I can't see them going away from Logan Lee here. You can take time off the clock and you're in field goal range. So this might be a situation where they keep it in Logan Lee's hands.
He is there in the backfield. As Slider taking his time, leading this clock. Logan Lee will get the call. Logan Lee will get more than the call, will provide and deliver a first down for Lincoln.
And that's what I said about Logan Lee. 1 yard, 2 yard, 3 yard, 10 yard. Logan Lee delivers. You give him the ball, he hits the track. The Logan Lee Express is always on time and it will always get you to the goal.
Logan Lee in what feels like a 250-yard performance, pending another stat update from our in-game information. He is once again in the backfield. They might just keep handing the ball off to him. He has been incredible late in the game. Here we go, 1st and 10. Ottawa 20-yard line, 2 minutes and a half to go. 7 seconds in the play clock. No, it is a pass play to the middle, deflected. That ball is not complete. If that was a turnover, Mickey, that would have spelled a turnaround essentially for Ottawa.
If that was another interception, I would just have to go to Mike All and ask him, what were you thinking calling that play? Keep the ball in Logan Lee's hands. You have the lead. You're up by 2. You're on the outside edge of the red zone. Keep the clock ticking. Keep the ball on the ground. Kick a field goal just to extend the lead if you have to, if you get the 4th down.
Well, there's the handoff to Logan Lee. Logan Lee will get 4 yards. And yeah, to your point, I guess the one thing I will appreciate is the aggressiveness, despite their, shortcomings in those type of plays. You appreciate their aggressiveness. It's hard to appreciate the heart attack inducing plays and drops and near interceptions that those kind of plays produce. Here we are in the 2-minute warning. Ding, ding, ding. If you're Ottawa, you gotta step on the gas and come up with something. 16-14 leading is Lincoln. Can Ottawa make magic? Here we go. 3rd and 6. And Ottawa's 16-yard line. They also can just end the game with a series of downs and a first down as well. Not even a score, but a score would be nice. Here's the hand of Logan Lee. Oh, there you go. Logan Lee will get stopped for a tackle for loss. That's, I guess, a silver lining for Ottawa.
It is a silver lining because what this does, it brings up 4th down. Lincoln's on the Ottawa 19, making this about a 25, 26-yard field goal. Chip shot for any kicker in the minor leagues. It's going to put them up by 5, so Ottawa still has a chance to win this game, but they have to do what they haven't done all game, and that's get in the end zone on offense.
You're absolutely correct, unless this special teams coverage has magic in them. Here's the snap. No magic from the coverage team. The kick is up and good. 35 yards is good. And that will put Lincoln up to 19 points against Ottawa's 14 points, 5 points up. And Ottawa's inability to score on offense might just be their doom, as even though they get the ball back, as you mentioned, Mickey, the one thing they have not done in this game is score on offense.
Not 1 point, with the exception of the kicker kicking point afters. Both scores were by pick 6. The defense is what's kept Ottawa in this game right now. So we need something from their offense to make sure that they don't go 0 for the entire season.
Ottawa will have to start their potential game-winning drive in their 26-yard line. They are down 5 points. A field goal will not do it. A touchdown will win it for them. So for both teams, this might be the game-changing drive as well as, I guess, the season-changing drive for either team. As on one end, Ottawa trying to be at least in the playoff race, down 0-4 in the season. Here's Ottawa 1st and 10 and their 26-yard line. Pass down the middle. That's good for a 9-yard gain. They are now in their no huddle offense. That pass was good to the tight end Azami Mihara, called for a long while. Another pass down the middle, deflected. Wow, great coverage this time against Mihara.
Definitely great coverage there against Mihara. Like I said, Lincoln, after the first drive by Ottawa, Lincoln has really kept their eye on Mihara. And Mihara hasn't done much from the first quarter on. We have called his name because he's been targeted, but not many catches.
Absolutely. This time, Salmons is right next to McCall in the shotgun. McCall will look to pass. McCall looks to his right. That is a completion. Goes out of bounds. That is good by his receiver. I believe it's number 19, Derica's Iniguas. That will stop the clock. That affords them a little breather.
Definitely a little breather here, and that's exactly what they need to do. They have to keep clock and time management in mind as they're still trying to move down the field. They have got 57 yards to go to the end zone. So they got to be able to preserve this 91 seconds left.
Spread offense. Can Ottawa go for a score? We'll see in 1st and 10 in their 43-yard line. Deep step back by McCall. That pass, quite athletic catch, but only a 1-yard catch by number 81, the backup receiver. And they are once again in no huddle. They have their 2 timeouts left. 1 minute 15 seconds to go. The pass deep is no good. That is another good, not really a coverage pass, but a close out pass deflection.
And that was a great job. Once again, that was Vernon Brothers. We've called his number a lot on defense. Coming in from the free safety spot, being able to defend these passes. This is the time when these minor leaguers need to shine because, as I can see in the crowd right now, General Manager Doug Day from Seattle Nemesis is watching this game right now, just taking notes.
Many players, aspiring major league candidates in this game. Oh, McCall, pump fakes, throws to his receiver. That is not even close to a first down. That is out of bounds on the right side. It is 4th and 7. Absolutely 4th down territory, but unfortunate for them, it is 4th and long. They have to pull out all the stops, Mickey.
Absolutely. We have seen Ottawa throw the ball down the field and pick up some big yards. This is a point in time where we just need 7, but they've got to convert here.
They have 1 extra tight end for protection, 4 wide receivers out on the field. And here comes McCall. That catch is actually good. Wow. Under pressure, they make the 4th down conversion inside Lincoln's 45-yard line. 2 timeouts, 57 seconds to go. Here comes McCall looking to pass. There's pressure coming. Pass down the middle is no good. Another incompletion down the middle. Out of those formations, it seems like their only option so far, at least in their game plan, have been trying to find people in the middle.
That's been pretty much the gameplay for both sides. When they're throwing the ball, they're throwing down the middle unless it's far down the field. They've got to throw some outside routes here, Ottawa, some swing passes, but it doesn't look like they're going to do it on this play.
4 wide outs. Here comes McCall looking for his receiver. Oh, that bounced off of, looked like a player's uniform and falls harmlessly to the ground.
It looked like they threw it right in the back of Luke Swift right there. Luke, if he turned around, he would have had an interception to pretty much put the nail in the coffin.
Ottawa, their foot is in the coffin, but they're looking to come around with a potential turnaround in this single drive. 3rd and 10 in Lincoln's 45-yard line, 48 seconds to go. Here comes McCall. Can he come away with a pass completion? No. That ball was slightly overthrown and almost intercepted.
And we're coming back to another 4th down situation. Ottawa did a great job getting 7 yards, but they barely got 7 yards on that last 4th down conversion. Now they've got to go 4th and 10. They're on Lincoln's 45, well out of field goal range, but they need the touchdown to win this game.
And here comes a trip strike with Salmon in the backfield. Oh, here comes pressure, and that will end it. The sack that broke the internet will also break the back of this Ottawa offense and pretty much be GG for the team. And look at this athletic spin against the offensive line. Wow, what a way to end it off of Lincoln's defense.
Absolutely, but let's not break the internet again. We've got 39 seconds left. Let's get this game in the books and make it official, shall we?
Yep, and what a better way to make it official than with the victory formation. You got 2 timeouts left for Ottawa. They will use one of them. But with 38 seconds left and only 2 timeouts, this is mathematically game over. And boy, as we just wait for the clock to wind down, Mickey, what an incredible game this has been.
No, absolutely. And again, you see Kenny Slider's stats right there. 274 yards, but his rating of 44 and a little bit of change does not do him justice. He did have 4 picks in the game, but they were ill-timed and passes down the field. If you see his stats for anything under 10 yards, Kenny Slider was near perfect, with the exception of a sack or a swing pass that went for negative yards.
Right, or a couple of bobbles by Logan Lee, but nonetheless, Logan Lee, meanwhile, as we mentioned his name, he has been incredible. I'm not quite sure if that's him in the backfield or a backup, but Logan Lee is looking like a promising star here for the team in this league and potentially for the Major League.
I know Logan has been passed over in a couple of drafts, but like I said earlier in the broadcast, I think Logan Lee is going to be a top draft pick, probably a first-round draft pick some point within the draft coming up July 8th and 9th.
10 seconds to go in this ball game. Players in the chat congratulating each other as both teams. It is a very hard-fought battle, and that will be the end of a hard-fought game. Lincoln Rattlesnakes, 19 points, getting the victory over the Ottawa Cavalry, who only scored 14 points. All 14 points came off of defensive touchdowns. As we look at this gameplay summary, look at that. Total yards of just under 250 by Ottawa. And, those defensive plays is what kept them in the game. The offensive games just could not put them over the edge.
Yeah, absolutely, Mark. The offense just could not get the ball going, and they could not get close enough to the end zone. Only 1 point did they have a chance at putting points on the board, and unfortunately, their offensive line could not keep defenders away to be able to hit the placeholder, and Eric Jacobson just could not kick the ball correctly to put 3 on the board. So, Ottawa's offense, they have to go back into the locker room, take a day off, but they have to talk about this offense and figure out what they can do to be able to move the ball down the field and get into scoring range.
Yep, many questions that Ottawa will have to answer going back to the locker room, going back to the remainder of the week as they fall down 0 wins to 5, still the only winless team, unfortunately for them. So the hunger for any win is brewing in Ottawa. Ottawa also, in terms of statistics so far in the season, in terms of points allowed per game and points for them, they were struggling on both ends, really. Both defensively and offensively, they were struggling. So if you look at this game, and if there was one takeaway, you're going to be happy that their defense was absolutely amazing.
Absolutely. Again, they were the top point getters for Ottawa. But the defense cannot keep them in the game every single game. They still are not mathematically out of the playoffs. They do need a lot of help to be able to get to that 4th spot. But they got to figure out their offense if they want to try to make a playoff run.
The player of the game is Logan Lee. He is my player of the game, as well as with plenty of, everyone in the audience as well. And that is the ball game. Thank you, everyone, for joining us tonight. I am Mark Lopez. Joining me was Mickey Melillo, and for Cameron Irvine in the production booth. Thank you for joining us, and have a good night.